Welcome back to Tea Transitions, and this is the space where we explore the moments that shape us, stretch us, and sometimes completely transformed us. I'm Rosie.
Hi, I'm Farah. Welcome, everyone. Today we are hosting Madeline, all the way from the British Isle. Welcome, Madeline.
Hello, I'm Madeline.
Thank you for joining us, Madeline. So, Madeline, I want to jump in. I did follow you on your social media. Um, I wanted to ask you this question straight away, which is, you do like a cup of tea now that you moved to the UK. What is your go-to brew today, and does it remind you more of your 24 years in KL or more of you now in your new home in West Yorkshire?
Yeah, well, yes, learning to brew tea in the UK, as it's such a big culture here.
Yeah.
But I think the reason I say I also enjoy a brew was also because from the very first podcast that both of you did, I think, and you mentioned like tea, right? Whether it's in the real tea itself or
Correct.
any other tea forms, right? Any other
Correct.
forms bring people together.
That's
Right.
right.
Yeah. And so I feel that the tea that I'm brewing today in this session, it's really more of like reflecting how it has been for me, even though it was just only 4 months, I think, compared to all of you out there that have been abroad for so many years.
Yeah.
But I feel that like this tea for me today is really like a bit of a download of the all that feelings and that emotions in the last month, which I have not really been able to. So I was really appreciative and excited about this invitation.
That's
Yeah, and
perfect timing then.
yeah, I was preparing when I was preparing like some of the questions that you sent to me, right? Just as
The
guidance.
generic.
Yeah, it really helped me download the feelings, reflect, and
Helpful.
and it helped me a lot and surprised.
Good to hear that. And that's the kind of feedback that we look forward to hear from our followers as well as guests what tea transitions really mean to you guys in this transformation for you as an individual. And we are just here to give you a nudge and say, hey, you're not alone. Because other people have done that, been there, done that, or they're still struggling, in their journey.
Exactly.
On that same sentence, and by the way, thank you for sharing that. Let's jump in and learn more about you, Madeline. So you spent a decade as a nurse before making a massive career change. And here at T Transitions, we also emphasize and want to continue to talk about career pivots, right? What was the spark or the specific moment that you realized you needed the transition?
I always remember this. This one day I felt that like I cannot retire in the same hospital. I worked in the hospital. I mean, I loved it. I loved the hospital itself. I love the people there. And a lot of them were with the hospital ever since it opened. I think by then it was at least almost 20 years. And they were pioneers, my leaders were pioneers and all that in the hospital. But I also started questioning myself, is that where I see myself?
Right.
Staying put and retiring there, until my retirement age. And I'm someone that is really, 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 how to say, I like the comfort, right? I like the comfort zone. And I feel that like I'm really comfortable there. Like I was growing, like the hospital was supporting me a lot. I was moving up the ladder. But is that what I want, right? And
Yeah.
I felt that there must be more out there.
Yeah.
There must be more out there, and like I would like to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I would see it, and I think that made me make the move.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so you
that
went
makes sense.
from
Yeah.
So just to go back a little bit in time. So you are originally from Sarawak. So you went to
Yes.
KL to work.
Yeah, the usual, you know, finished from 5, went
Okay.
to KL, did, you know, LFOs, and then continue
Okay.
on.
So that
Yeah.
was kind of like your first major transition, moving to Kuala Lumpur when you got the job.
Not really. So I went to
Mhm.
Kuala Lumpur to study. So you know,
Okay.
it's just a natural transition, right? We
Yes.
study there, we get a job there, and a lot of us, and me and my friends, you know, then we had our, you know, first kid, second kid. We stay on in the city.
I see. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Just for
Yeah.
context, so that people understand. So you left your hometown to further your education in Kuala Lumpur, and you got a job, and you basically stayed. And you stayed for 24 years, right? More or less.
24 years. Yeah, I stayed for 24 years, which is actually longer than where I grew up, right? Like I
Exactly. Yeah.
and then I spent 4 years in KL and just moved here 4 months ago.
Okay. Now, so what made you move to the UK?
Yeah, we reached the season, you know, where we need to consider some changes. You know, me and my husband are thinking it might be the time that we need to think about the next part of our lives, our career, to give our children an opportunity to experience a different environment and culture.
Right.
Okay.
Raise them solely in Kuala Lumpur, right? My eldest is 16. So for the last 16 years, you know, she was raised there. But we thought maybe it was just, you know, like toying with the idea, right? Maybe, you know, they could experience a different place, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, your husband, is he from the UK or is he Malaysian?
He is from the UK,
Okay.
but I'm gonna say but he lived in Malaysia for the last 30 years as well.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
So pretty much he's Asian inside.
Yes, very Asian inside. And coming to the UK, he is a foreigner himself. That's how
Yes.
That's right.
how he felt in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Even
Wow.
though,
Yeah.
you know, he's the Matsale, but he is actually a foreigner in his own country.
We need
So
to talk to that Mak Saleh about his transition back.
right. It's true because transition doesn't only involve
Another story. Yes, another story.
because a lot of time this journey doesn't really just involve the woman and the kids, but also the husband.
Yeah.
But because our show is more catered toward the woman, maybe we can integrate that down the road. Good idea, Farah, down the road. I would
Stranger
like,
in the country. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit then about the culture shock. How's that for you and the girls? I mean, and the kids.
Not sure where to start. But I think
before that, have you guys gone back to the UK every now and then while you were living in
No.
Wow.
Oh,
No.
that's a lot of culture shock right there.
Yeah.
A lot, yeah. So my father-in-law lives in Malaysia as well. In fact, he lives near us, right? Yeah. And my mother-in-law was living with us for about 10 years in KL as well. So we don't, I've never been back. No, sorry, I've never been to the UK.
Okay.
The UK until this move. Yeah.
Wow, your situation is very unique, very rare, right?
Extremely, yeah. Basically, yeah.
Just a drive away from you. Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So how do
So
you
when
like?
you came back, sorry, go ahead.
No, how do you like? Are you guys settled down now in UK, in Yorkshire?
I would say we're getting there, but I haven't quite felt really settled down yet. I think one of the main reasons is because like I I haven't have my own community here,
Yes.
right? I mean, we talk about community a lot, right? And then
Yeah.
and in your different episodes of podcasts, right? There's a lot of mention about the communities that you guys met and built along the way, right?
Yes.
Yeah, your Vietnamese friends, like your Asian friends in where you guys are at. I don't have that yet. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's only 4 months in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but because I felt that I don't have that yet, so I don't feel that I truly belong yet.
Yes. It takes a
That's
long
major.
time, honestly. Yeah.
It takes a while.
And when you also lost basically your job to a degree, because when you leave so work employment is an issue, or at least you have to restart everything, not just you moving to another country. So it's a lot to deal with. We totally understand that.
Yeah.
And but your husband being very non-conformist in terms of being a mak saleh, it's at least there is he understands where you come from. You know what I mean, in terms of missing certain things. The weather, for instance, because he has been in Asia for so long. I wonder whether that helps you, as opposed to us whose husbands come from here and has been living here all this time. We face a different kind of culture shock.
Correct.
So,
does it help having someone like him?
Going back to the question, right? So what was the culture shock like that I experienced, right? Of course, the weather is we can't run away from that, right? I arrived in December in the midst of winter. And this is northern UK that
It's colder.
It is colder, it is wetter. But yes, my husband being the one that understands the environment a little bit more, so he was like, it's gonna get prettier, I promise you, it's gonna get warmer. It's gonna get better, so that for that particular part, the weather part, I'm getting a bit of reassurance and getting a bit of encouragement. So the weather part is sorted. The weather part was sorted.
Now, in terms of where you are at, when one thinks of Yorkshire, Northern Yorkshire, I'm thinking rolling hills and not exactly a city. Is that like the landscape you are looking at? Where you are living right now?
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. I must say, it is really, really beautiful. So we live in the countryside, right? It's more of the countryside, right? They might call it the kampongs here. So it's really beautiful. But one of the challenges that I was facing when we first arrived is because it's a smaller town, right? It may not be as ethnically diverse. So for the first time in my life, I became very self-conscious, like I'm like the minority, like that.
Yes.
Yeah, and coming from Malaysia, right, I'm not minority, isn't it? Like, and so that was one of the things that I was dealing with. Like, I mean, I'm still dealing with right now.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, how does it feel like to be the minority?
Yeah, I do not feel openly being discriminated against. But I'm just suddenly like very self-aware, like, hey, I look so different from everyone.
Yeah.
Right. So and sometimes when we walk into a place, right, like a crowded cafe or they call pub here, and then everyone turns and look at me. Maybe it's just I perasan, right?
Oh, you perasan. Good.
Maybe it's just that, right? At the door.
You're very aware and alert of your surroundings. Yeah. That's natural.
The one comes in, right? But I feel like, you just feel a lot more like self-conscious.
Self-conscious, yeah.
Does that feelings change you then?
I think one of the that feeling, right, taught me that, like, if I do come across a new face next time, I might be warmer, I might be kinder, as opposed to making
Yeah.
that person feel, I feel stranger here, I'm like the stranger here. So I think that's one of the things that it taught me, like, hey, maybe I myself, could be more aware of that in the future.
Yeah. It is difficult, but sometimes you have to even go further out of your comfort zone and be more social than you normally are. To
Yeah.
total strangers. Just put yourself out there. It's not easy. We understand, but and Northerners are known to be, less open, less sociable in that sense. For that part, but I think if you put your foot forward, that might, maybe they don't know you either, and you are equally both strangers, right? Yeah.
Or maybe it's all just playing in my head, like nobody's treating me any differently, right?
Then maybe after this conversation, when you go out in public, your perception will be slightly different, because we talk about this and you'll be like, oh, yes, Rosie and Farah, we discussed this. Let me try it this way. Sometimes it's a human nature. I did that a lot of time.
Yeah.
I want to jump in and ask about your girls as a mother.
Yeah.
How do you then balance managing your own resettlement while helping them find their own footing?
Yeah. I was reflecting on how it has been, right? In the beginning, especially in the beginning. And I felt that some of my own behavior, attitude, I would say, was like catching on them. I'm gonna give an example, right? For example, in the beginning, a lot of all these new things, I saw it as different, as strange and weird. I will use the word strange and weird. And I felt, and this one day when I heard my kids saying that as well, oh, like the kids in school, like they're strange. I was like, that's not very nice. Like, it's because I started thinking all the new things are not strange or weird, they're just different.
Yes.
Different. And we need to understand the reason behind it to appreciate it, right? So it's like I was getting frustrated with like things like in the house, for example, like the English house, like, oh, why is it all carpeted, like, oh, like it makes cleaning so difficult, right? And why is the bathroom designed like this, why can't it be like that color? Like
So you start to compare naturally,
and my kids started doing that as well, and I thought, no, that's not right. Like I want them to embrace, right, the new environment we are in, the new culture that we're experiencing, the new things. So then I started telling myself, hey, maybe I need to switch. That I need to stop using those words.
But I must say I commend you for being so self-aware of what you were imparting to your children. Not a lot of people notice that, hey, it's my words the kids are now spouting, without realizing it. And that
matters.
Yes.
Because like it's just now you're saying, like, how do I so what your question was, like,
how do you balance, how do you handle helping them to so that they are also able to take a step forward, right?
Because as parents, we really want our kids to assimilate, right, to just to adapt to the environment as soon as they can, right, to see them happy, see them flourishing in the new school, which is so foreign to them. So that's why, like, I start, we start paying attention to all this, like, oh, are they happy? Like,
don't forget they are teenagers, no longer toddlers. So that transformation itself is, they are also building their own brand in their own school as an individual. So that's the biggest challenge as teenager. themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
So
can completely resonate your journey there with the kids because I went through the same with my daughter,
yeah.
just different, right? The trend is just different. And
Mm.
in today's world, everybody's on the phone. That's another challenge right there. The
Yeah.
influence.
Yeah, I think, your perception, you notice within 4 months, like what you highlighted, things were, or why is it totally carpeted? Why the bathrooms are like this, and one way forward, and this is something that I personally went through, was to finally say, you know what? This is what it is. Deal with it.
Yes. Yes.
Or
Yes.
I will use the word wing it.
Yeah.
Just wing it.
Yeah.
Farah
Just
will
Yeah.
be
wing it.
roll with it.
Roll with it, because it's kind of like, is it worth the fight? Is it worth the headache, the stress? Okay, no choice lah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
next.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. Yeah.
you kind of like have to pick your battles. Otherwise, it's so overwhelming because there's too many changes going on all at the same time.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
how I did it was to look towards the more positive. Hey, at least I'm not in some kampong. Hey, at least I have bus service. You have to clutch at things
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah. We need to start. We need to start focusing on things that matters, right?
Mm.
The
yes
things that matters for us to move forward in this new journey, right?
Yeah.
Okay, lah, forget about the carpet, right? Like,
No, because it's kind of like, okay, so the carpet, and then what what do we do, like, alamak, no choice, okay, going next issue is what, okay, this one we can tackle.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
in 4 months, have you found things to cook with? Because this was a major issue for
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of us.
Yes, food. Oh, yes.
Yeah. Again, right? Going back to like we're seeking for familiarity, right? So I say, oh, why the house design not like the houses
Yeah.
in Malaysia? So same like, oh, why can't I find this ingredient? And for context, right? Because I don't live in the city in the UK, so I'm
Yeah.
not saying, oh, in the UK you can't get this, you can't get
Yeah.
that. That's not the case. It's more like where I'm currently at.
Mhm.
It's less accessible to those ingredients.
Yeah.
And then, so sometimes some days it gets to you, right? It's like, oh,
Yes.
I just want a bit of let's say asam lah, right? It's like
Yeah.
it's like, why is it so hard? But then you tell yourself, right, like if you just continue on with this attitude, right, you're just not gonna get anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like we might as well like hey, like tell ourselves like what can I use, right? That I can
Yes.
Get a
really
substitute to the ingredients.
taste like the asam that I need.
Mm-hmm.
So then like you just stop hopping on like, oh, I don't have that, but focus more on like what can I replicate, right? What can I
Yes.
substitute it with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That itself also helps us how to say, what's the word, like get integrated, assimilated more, I guess, right? Using the
Yes.
ingredients here, learning more about the ingredients here instead of
And tweak it to make it yours.
Yeah.
You just need to.
I mean, we all went through that in that sense. Like a prime example, coconut milk. As some don't say, it's difficult. Coconut
Yeah.
milk, okay?
Yeah.
When you don't have coconut milk, you have no choice but to use cream.
Cream or
Cream or milk.
Cream or milk.
And it's kind of like, okay, passable. It may not be perfect, but it's passable.
Yeah.
For now, this is what I'm using until I find a better substitute,
Yes. And I find this is very important to share with my kids as well, right?
Yeah.
Going back to how to balance it all. So they are also very they love their Malaysian food as well. And that's despite them being quite young, but they really miss those food. Right. So I have to teach them as well, like, hey, okay, today's tom yum tastes a bit different. I know. It's because mommy don't have the
Yeah.
but it's not a big deal, right?
Yeah.
It's just gonna taste different today, like
Well,
like
guess what? Guess what,
Yeah.
Madeline? You have the excuse to mix East and West recipes
Yes.
until the resources are there for you, or until you get stuff being sent over to you from, back at home. In the
Yeah.
meantime, East meet West is your go-to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
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 I know you also mentioned that you guys rescued a dog. How does that addition to the family,
Mm.
share with us the immediate ambience in the family? What does that look like?
Um, yeah. So we did not rescue it.
Oh,
Somebody else rescued it and we adopted it. Yeah.
Ah,
awesome.
okay.
Just to
Congrats.
I'm not so grand. I didn't rescue a dog. Yeah. Somebody rescued it and we adopted.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
And we had her for a year. Then that's when we had to move. So that was one of the
Okay.
challenges as well. It's like, oh, we are so new with this whole, having a pet, and now we
Yeah.
have to move the pet. Then all sorts of like hesitant,
Yeah.
all the negative ideas start coming in. It's like, oh, what if
Mm.
what if she's traumatized
Yeah.
during the journey, and then we're gonna end up with a crazy dog in the UK?
Mhm.
I don't know
Well,
how. Yeah.
as an airline staff who transport animals, don't worry. They are fine. They are better than you think.
Yeah, that's like then we learn from others, like, hey, like they are more resilient than we think they are.
Correct.
Yep.
And I think I always say, right, I'm looking back, like, if I have to sell another kidney,
Oh.
to bring my bring my dog with us, like I would do it again. Yeah.
Well, we
No,
have a lot. We have a lot to
yeah.
catch up, and maybe we need to do a follow-up with you instead of
Yes.
it's being 4 months. Let's reconnect in 1 year's time just to see
Yeah.
what's the progress. We are close to time. So one last question, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Madeline, if you could go back
Yeah.
to the Madeline who was just starting her nursing career, and
Yeah.
then what is the one piece of wisdom advice you would give to her about the big shifts that life has stored for you?
I would tell myself to don't be so afraid of changes.
Mm.
We are more adaptive and resilient than we think we can be. But
Mm.
we need to do it to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think I spend a lot of time, like probably have wasted a lot of time like thinking and not doing it.
Mm.
Mm.
Perhaps like, yeah, I could have done it earlier. Yeah. Or whatever
Mm.
decisions that I have made over the years, sometimes just took too long. So I think that's what I would tell myself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's
we
good
are
piece of advice.
stronger than we think. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
excellent. Well, before we go, I just want to take this time to again thank you for having your time to connect with us. I know you probably are still busy unpacking, are still busy trying to, locate things here and there. Don't forget, tomorrow is Mother's Day.
Oh yeah.
Take some time off to celebrate you. Happy Mother's Day. And also to our listeners out there, happy Mother's Day to you. We shall reconnect with you again, Madeline, down the road. And I would love to hear the other challenges that you face and what solutions did you come
Yeah.
forward with so
Happy
far
Mother's
out?
Yes.
Day to both of you
Yeah.
too.
Oh, of
Yes.
course.
Well, if this episode resonated with you and you believe in amplifying women's voices, please hit subscribe. You can join us every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram or Facebook for updates. And if you wish to be a guest, like Madeline, DM us or email us at hello@ttransitions.com. Thank you for being a part of our little family, and thank you for sharing your stories. And as Rosie said, we will follow up with you for sure. We want to know how you get on.
Thank you so
Excellent.
much for having me.
Thank you. When we
you.
see you in
Thank
the
you.
next episode. Bye, ladies.
Bye.